Yeah, buddy. Very tempted to eat right now. I got these Dino Trax, like the sides. You'll see right now. But like I haven't eaten today. Something changed in the past few weeks with all this cleansing. I don't have barely any food cravings anymore. So all those parasites that came out, it must have been them. Must have been, as I suspected all along. Damn parasites! I'll get you for that. So Dino Trax are going to be cut in a 3x4 pattern. But when I cut the 3 line, I'm going to do it at a slant so as to make it the shape of the Dino Track. Which, if you could imagine for a moment, you have a dinosaur. You see? So right here, you got that shape. Is that coming in? Let me get a thicker pen. Approximately. Alright. So that's what I'm going to cut right now. My station. And to do that, I'm going to use this knife. And I want to be as efficient as possible. Meaning, I want to trim just enough that I have to. Okay. Just want to trim what I have to. So, like I said, the 4, we're going to cut the 4 first. So let me actually measure this, what I got here. The actual Teflex sheet here is 14 inches. And what I got left here is 10 and a half. Okay? So 10 and a half, I'm going to do the math here. 10.5 divided by 4 is 2.6. So I'll just make it 2.5 inches. Okay. So 2.5 inches divided times 2 is 5. Alright, I do have to go a little bit. Maybe I'll just make it 10 inches. That's what I'll do. I'll just make it 10 inches across. Yeah, that's better. I think that's better. So, why does... Okay, never mind. So we're going to come down the middle. Straight as possible, okay? This is not going to market, so it doesn't have to be perfect. That was pretty far from fucking perfect, okay? But oh well. Alright. So that's 5 inches across. Here we go, 2.5 inches across. Okay. So now these are ready to be actually cut into the tracks, and let's put them right here. Stack them. Okay, sheet number 2. I got, let's see, how many sheets do I actually have here? 4 more sheets. I made a lot, huh? Get my head in there? Let's get my head in there. So while I'm doing this, the first story. We gotta talk about here. Okay. Live special coverage of China's shenzhou-14 manned space mission. Alright. It looks like a damn 1980s Godzilla set. Come on, bro. You expect me to believe this? What is Shenzhou in Chinese? Okay, no, not the spacecraft. What does the word mean? What is the meaning of... We're gonna look up ambiguation. Etymology. The literal meaning of the native name is the divine vessel on the heavenly river, to which the heavenly river means the Milky Way in classical Chinese. It's a pun and a play on the word referring to China, which bears the same pronunciation. Interesting. The divine vessel. That's called the body that we all share. Alright, this definitely looks like Godzilla. Hold on a second. Let me see this here. It's gonna be hard to find. Let's see. Let's see the 1954. No, wait. I want to see the Oh my god. Here you go. All right, now tell me that's not the same scenery. Something like that. Godzilla, space. No. What is it called? NASA? Okay. Anyway, you get my point. This is fake. I don't believe it.
Yet, so by that stage, it will be 90 tons or thereabouts, a quarter the size of the International Space Station. So you just have to keep it.
Well, this morning, more than Chinese astronaut, its very own space station. And the third member is Cai Xuzhe, who
especially in this microgravity environment.
Yeah. Especially when you have so many different species. I want to see how.
Okay, that looks real.
Yeah.
But so let's talk more about that later.
Yeah.
Well, the launch of.
Nowadays, it shouldn't be that much of a problem because they can just pull them from space anyways. That's all you do.
Wow.
Houses spacecraft. So we can only achieve this with the very precise trajectory. Because with a wrong trajectory, they cannot capture the spacecraft.
That's it.
So this is the reason why we need ceilings of their spacesuit.
Allows to bring back to the Earth due to concern with
Well, these are only
contamination.
setting. The zero launch window is a very strict requirement to all systems. But and also the guidance method is.
明白。
2 hour count. Oh my god. Imagine you gotta sit there for 2 hours.
Assembly building. It's
standing
already
by.
there.
Yeah, they're
Once up thereafter, they will be blacked out.
Alright, where is this launch? Oh my
like this
god. This
for
guy's
over 10 months.
literally
20
sitting
tons.
there.
So it's very strong. For the small arm or other operations to these kind of objects, or even brought them back to the Earth.
Well, it's trying to.
What are you taking
That's
a
the
nap?
reason we
A
can
little
get
pre-fight nap?
so
Power nap?
If they just say we're
We're not
gonna
doing
stop
this
maintaining
anymore.
it, then yeah, and it's not worth the trouble of just.
火箭的推进力加注。
construction of China's space station.
The Allies' first joint military exercise since South Korea's President Yoon Suk-yeol took office last month.
Honestly speaking,
Iron thrust using nuclear powers, all sorts of things being.
it's wholly exposed to the outside of it.
In the core model, you can see some. The astronauts will be.
That can happen any second, right?
Oh shit, we missed it.
Mach 2 usually happened several seconds after liftoff. So at this moment, there are the maximum aerodynamic forces act on the body of the rocket. That will be the most dangerous.
Seeing that the astronauts have put down their visors.
Yes.
So we're now in the
They're
4
ready.
minutes.
Yeah, they're
Less
ready
than 4 minutes to
for-
go.
The lift-off. Well, no base not Beijing, but
Shenzhou-14 will.
carrier rocket.
Because
It's more
rapid.
reliable. But if something wrong,
If they're saying anything right now to each other.
Here we go.
One minute countdown.
and you can see the the rotational arms will be opened finally, and the orange arms.
40秒。
It's the 40-second mark now. Really see how sparsely populated this area is.
20 seconds to go, and
10、
10,
9、
9, 8,
7、
7,
6、
6,
5、
5,
4、
4,
3、
3,
2、
2,
1，
1,
点火，
lift off.
起飞，起飞，距离
That we've been expecting for the entire morning, and now we're seeing it launching and lift off. China's long-march 2F.
标动秒，
That's shenzhou-14 spacecraft. The Titan result seems very,
9000光学跟踪正常。
and now we're seeing the rockets still leaving the Earth, heading to China Space Station.
And more announcements from the ground control
青
center.
山 USB 雷达跟踪正常，遥测信号正常。
So the pitch over is already accomplished. It changed the direction from a vertical direction
商场
to
光
the
学
east
雷达跟踪
south.
正常。
You ever seen from this the camera view that has been set up on the side of
东
the
风光
rocket?
学 USB
which
雷
is
达
getting
跟
higher
踪正
and
常，
higher.
遥测信号正常，
It's a
东风
beautiful,
飞行正
beautiful
常。
rocket. And today's weather is terrific.
Yeah. So the next critical step will be the jettisoning of the emergency escape tower.
That can
All
happen
right.
any
About
second, right?
120 seconds.
That little pointy, that small rocket will finish its job
Yeah.
and will be separated from the main rocket.
Honestly, I felt my heart rate go up there.
All Titan seems very calm, and
This is a infrared video.
they're not experiencing too much acceleration at this moment.
So you can see that both the vehicle and the flame is very bright. I believe,
Which part will be the hardest for the old
as I
Titans?
mentioned, just before the separation of the boosters, when it is transonic.
Oh,
It is transonic. The flow will be the most complex, and also the aerodynamic forces will be acting on at the maximum level.
now we're seeing the
Okay.
rockets changing.
Soon we will see the jettisoning. Oh,
something
great.
just happened there.
9000逃逸塔分离，
Yeah.
逃逸塔分离。
The escape tower has been separated
It
from
is
this
already
rocket.
jettisoned. So the next step will be the separation.
青山 USB 雷达跟踪正常，遥测信号正常。
So far, so good.
About
And this it's very clear for the infrared image, isn't it?
553
商场光学
3 seconds.
雷达跟
I
踪
think
正
now
常
we're。seeing
东风光学 USB 雷达跟踪正常，遥测信号正常，东风飞行正常。
And we're hearing lots of the voices of all the various ground stations saying that the monitoring and everything
the
is
booster is
as
about to
normal.
separate.
飞
Okay,
机
now.
分离，
Booster
飞机
separation.
分离，
Wow.
第二节分离。
The flame.
And the first stage is already separated.
Now the booster and a first stage rocket are separated.
So they made some changes to the separation process. Used to be just dropping down, falling behind. Now they sort of push them out towards
This is a video mounted on the rear part of the second stage.
Mm.
So we can see that there is one main engine with a thrust of about 80 tons,
Okay.
and also 4 vernier engines. You can see the nozzle of the small vernier engines,
Right.
which can change the direction to control the altitude.
So this is the second stage rocket right now.
The fairing.
Payload fairing.
Payload fairing is about to separate it.
Okay. So we can see the folded solar
Right.
panels.
双城炮整仗，
Well, after the second stage rocket is ignited,
Yeah.
then we're now seeing a separation of the fairing.
And that will leave the space shuttle exposed.
And the fairing is what protects the spacecraft, and now this
青
is
山
all spacecraft is
USB 跟踪正
now
常，
exposed
遥
to
测
the
信
outside.
号正常。
So the second stage will work for more than 400 seconds, and the
双
first.
城光学雷达
So
跟
now
踪
will
正
be
常。
the hardest time for the
No, it's already not the most.
They have already gone through this part.
Yeah, because this moment is already come out of the densey atmosphere.
东风光
So
学
what is it?
USB
What
雷
will
达
they
跟
be
踪正
feeling
常，
right
遥
now?
测信号
They will experience vibration and the G forces.
Okay.
Okay.
And you know that the thrust is almost the same, but because with the exhausting of the propellants, they will acting more and more of the G load on the body. And the maximum G load happen during the separations, because at that moment the thrust is big, but the mass is small. And during the flight of the second stage, we will first shut down the main engine. And the four vernier engine will work longer to adjust the trajectory precisely to ensure the accurate orbit of the Shenzhou.
So they've already passed the toughest moments, basically.
It's already past the most tough moment, because as I mentioned, when it is experiencing the max Q, it will be have the maximum aerodynamic forces. But now it's already almost in the vacuum condition.
Now it's just a matter of how accurate they inject into the orbit. That means how much fuel they spend when chasing the space station.
金山 USB 工作正常，遥测信号正常。
The voice is just reported the tracking status of the certain ground stations.
雷达跟踪正常。
雷达跟踪正常。
Again, more report backs.
太原雷达跟踪正常，遥测信号正常。
Yes, it's reported that both the optical cameras and the readers tracking very normally.
东风光学 USB 雷达跟踪正常，遥测信号正常，东风飞行正常。
You can see the background is the Earth, very bright.
Right.
It's because it is in daylight time.
And we're seeing the main engine is still working.
Yeah.
And what are we gonna see next?
Well, the next, as I mentioned, will be the shutdown of the main engine.
Okay, the main engine will be shut down first.
Yeah.
And then will be the separation of the spacecraft in.
After the vernier engine is also shutted, there are four vernier engines, so after the shutdown of the vernier engines, we will see the separation. It's in the same orbital plane, but in a different altitude. As Professor Zhang has mentioned, actually speaking, here docking port of the station.
我是北京，东风请讲。下面请酒泉卫星发射中心主任、发射场区指挥部朱立峰指挥长宣布发射结果。
All right, the final announcement is coming.
北京领班，各号注
We
意
will
收
see
听。
the big red screen soon.
Let's check it out.
各位领导、专家、
Dear
同志们
leaders, dear experts,
根据北京
fellow
航天飞行
comrades,
控制中心报告
according，to the observation of Beijing Aerospace
遥四
Center,
火箭已将
the
神舟
Long
4号
March
载人
2
飞
F
船准确送入
Y-14 rocket has sent the shenzhou-14 spacecraft into the designated orbit. The solar panel has been deployed and the spacecraft is in good shape. The launch mission was a great success.
It's a nice idea. For what, though? We got enough problems here on Earth. Why are you wasting your time going over to outer space? Come on, man. That's what I don't believe in. But the thoughts that are coming through my mind right now is the amazing ability of mankind to achieve great things. I hope that in my life I can achieve my potential. Just watching a movie called Kiss the Ground. And it's about the state of the world, global warming, and the role of agriculture and the food industry and all that. Really great movie, Kiss the Ground. recommended, required. You have to know how when you go to the supermarket, you can actually be voting for destruction of yourself and the planet. How's that? You can actually be voting for that. It's like, oh yeah, let's do it. The food industry tricked you into thinking it was good with sexy marketing. All these guys in fitness magazines selling whey protein. You know, take this protein powder, you'll be big like The Rock. Got milk? I want to fight The Rock. No head contact though. I don't want to set a bad example and hurt somebody. He needs to be educated. Unfortunately, he's probably going to learn the hard way later in life. If he hasn't already, you know, he had to have gyno surgery. Anyway, I don't want to start talking about that guy. Kiss the ground. I think they missed the point with focusing a lot of it on animal farming, because maybe I'm biased as someone who's not into eating animals. But the book, Drawdown, which I'm going to check out from the library, talks about 100 action steps to really fix global warming. So just to go a little bit more into the movie, the word is biosequestration. Biosequestration means that the plants are sequestering carbon, so there's way less greenhouse gases to cause global warming. And the movie talks about it, and you should definitely watch it, but the idea is that modern farming practices of tilling and animal agriculture, which has the animals, you know, in a lot. I think they call it feed lot. I gotta watch it a couple more times. It's only my second time watching it, but I watched it tonight with my girlfriend because we needed something to do, and I was like, I really need to study this stuff. So yeah, my goal with Master Lukey brand is to bring these topics of health and safety to the mainstream. So you have your head contact, you have your no head contact, and your health food. And the heavy hitter recipes are things that I work on. This is my answer to cheese crackers. It's called Dino Trax. And my brother said he would work with me in terms of financing, kind of like startup capital So I've been over the past few months and weeks developing this recipe to be a formula, and I'm pretty close to being finished. I think the major thing is that I have to do left is just cut the recipe down a little bit so it's a little thinner, the cracker. Maybe, might not be able to, because the way that I'm looking now, it's kind of cracking a little bit when I'm cutting it, but that could be also the knife is not sharp enough. A lot of Dino Trax. I'm really hungry, but I'm going to a new gym tomorrow, owned and operated by wwdc, who the Darce choke is named after. And you got the Darce choke named after him. He's a black belt under Renzo Gracie, and I'm trying to get one of his brown belts to fight in a power hold match on July 3rd. So I'm gonna go there, and you know, I'm gonna do the class, I'm gonna roll, so I gotta make sure that I don't fucking get injured. Excuse my language, I don't want to get injured. So I couldn't eat today. I did eat last night. I ate a decent amount, but that's the first meal I had all week pretty much. And I didn't eat today, so I think I'll be good. Now, this is going to be cut into 3. Bring the camera in here. wwdc never competed? Yeah. Oh well. I'm not really going there to see him. I'm going there to see his brown belt. To fight your son. Power hold match to the death. So it's 2 inches across. Damn, some girth on these Dino Trax. That means that, let's see, and it's 11 or 10 inches this way. I might have to cut it down to 9 inches. Let's see. So, if it's 2 inches across, then I'm going to want to go 1 inch to the middle here. Okay? So it's going to go like this. And like this. Oh, that was too much. Okay, so now 3 inches from there is 9. So it's going to be here. See, it's cracking. And that's too much. All right, so this is not going to be a keeper. Really hungry and I want to eat. Oh, it smells so good. Dino Trax. Okay. So basically it's 2x3. Wow, that's great. It's like a business card. I love how that came out like that. It's like a synchronicity. All right, this one I'm going to do less of an angle. You see? This is the one right here. There it is. Dino Trax. Boom. All right. One more, and then I'm just gonna make the rest of them square. You know, when I make this commercially, I'm gonna make like kind of like a grid, where basically all I have to do is press it down like this, almost like a cookie cutter. I'll make that out of metal. It'll be pretty easy to make, you know, and just kind of take it and go like this, push down. It's the right side. Yeah. Ah, my foot. You broke my foot off. Go hit a little harder this time. Which way did he go, George? This one foot broke off too. Anyway, you get the idea. I'm gonna make one of these, but in the shape of a, looks like what, 9 by 10. 9 by 10 because it's 4 and 3. Alright. Let's do one more Dino Trax here. Get my angles off. Way off. Anyway. The rest, I'm going to just cut into 3 like this. So, I'll leave this out just to get a general idea. So we got 12 is going to be here, 4. Another 4. Boom. So I'll make 2 piles, one with the edge and then one that's a flat. At the 8 line and the 4 line. Eight, 4. I like it like this, like mini pizzas. Look, you take this, that's a grandma slice right there. All right, let me get another news story and then I'll come back and do more of this. No, it's not hash, bro. Why would it be hash? Hello? It's a Life Food certified cracker that I made to be my commercial recipe that I'm bringing to market. It's called Dino Trax. Hash is black. That's brown. Putin threatens new targets if U.S. supplies long-range missiles to Ukraine. Putin threatens wider bombing if Ukraine gets longer-range missiles. Let's go with the Washington Post. Putin threatens to hit new targets if long-range missiles are sent to Ukraine. Russian President Vladimir Putin threatened a wider campaign of bombing and shelling Sunday should the United States send longer-range rockets to Ukraine, at the same time dismissing the advanced shorter-range missiles President Biden has already promised as nothing new. Putin said new targets that have yet to be attacked by Russia would be hit if Ukraine received longer-range missiles, but did not say which ones. Biden has not offered longer-range weapons and is not expected to do so. He has insisted that Ukraine not use the shorter-range weapon systems to attack Russia within its borders. Alright, so it's not a story then. Biden said he's not going to do it. Ukrainian forces reported incremental progress. Talking about which cities Russia has to take over. Let's look this up. Oh, I see. They're kind of like on the side of it, huh? Ukraine is big AF. Holy. Bigger than Romania, bigger than Poland, bigger than Germany, bigger than France. Ukraine is not weak. Alright, I'm not gonna look through this whole thing here. Putin says the shorter range missiles... Ukraine has said the new rocket systems sent by the United States are essential to repelling advances in the eastern part of the country, where Russian forces have been trying to encircle Severodonetsk and neighboring Lysychansk, which Ukrainian officials were still evacuating over the weekend. In an interview, Putin was quoted by saying that those shipments would change nothing, as they would only be replacing rockets of the same range, about 27 to 43 miles. The missiles dispatched by the United States have a range of about 45 miles. U.S. delivered M777 howitzers, currently in use in Ukraine, have a range of about 18 miles. There is nothing new about that, Putin reportedly said. But if longer-range missiles are introduced, we will draw appropriate conclusions from this and use our weapons, which we have enough of, to strike those objects that we have not yet struck, Putin said. He didn't specify where or what these new targets would be. The fuss around additional deliveries of weapons only has one goal: to drag out the armed conflict as far as possible, Putin said. Alright. Let's go back to cutting Dino Trax. Yeah. My conspiracy mind would say, or does say, that there's actually no fighting going on. They may be launching missiles, but no people are being harmed. It's a false flag. And the money spent on munitions is used to prop up the military-industrial, complex supply chain. It's like when they do these construction jobs and they purposely mess up so they have to do it again, or they have to fix something down the line. The military is a business. And that's my opinion, that there's no actual wars being fought anymore. It's all a big show. Nobody's actually being shot in these mass shootings. It's false flag. To sway public opinion and create business. I'm entitled to my opinion. You know what the biggest killer of people is? Food. Heart disease. Still the #1 killer. More people die of heart disease every year than any war ever. Every year, people die more from heart disease than any war ever fought. How about that? Where's the real fight? In the marketplace. How do you like paying somebody to kill you and your family and destroy the planet so even your grandchildren are gonna fucking die? How'd you like to pay for that? Oh, yeah, good deal. Good deal. Take my money and my life. You mother clucker, you're not gonna get away with this. Alright, I'm cutting 2 at a time now. Just move this along. Don't fall over. You'd be wrong. Yeah. It's possible. Wouldn't be the first time. But I'll never admit it. Never admit that I'm wrong. Take that. Now, I gotta get to it. I guess I gotta use this section over here. Okay. Vacuum sealer. Scissors too. Well, if Putin is right, and he's just defended himself from the ever encroaching global government, what he's saying actually is that he's gonna have to attack the long range weapons where they're being launched from. That's what I think. To go back to the fake Chinese launch. I want to get Master Luki brand to China. They know how to do martial arts over there. Imagine the amount of effort it took for that space launch. All the people working on my brand. What kind of show would that be? Holy. Will that be? What kind of show will that be? This is gonna happen. Okay, so this, you're gonna go in like that. So I need about this much. I should be measuring this. Alright. What are we gonna do first? I think we're gonna do these edges. And some of these still need to be dehydrated a little more. Not many of them. What do we got here? 5? Let's see if we can get 10. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's see if we can get them in there. Should actually do what? 12, 13, dozen? Let's do 12. Dozen. That's how things are sold, right? If it's too much, I'll go back down to 10. Oh shoot, it's too big. Alright, let me do these ones. This will fit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These will fit. Because they're not as long. Alright. Let's seal it up. Hold up. They're tight. And I'm still gonna put them in the fridge. So they'll last till I want them. Definitely till this weekend when I'm with my kids. We got people requesting recipes, so I'm gonna have to make them. Alright, so we needed a little longer this time, right? What was it last time? This time we're gonna go from where the seal is. Actually, no, the seal is an inch, so we'll add an inch. So we're at 8 inches here. Should we go to 10 inches? Or 9 inches? 10 inches. So that's 8 inches of space. Let's try it. 10 inches is right here. Well, just thinking out loud, because you know I have like schizophreniform. I think that these stories are from the government to teach me something, to change my opinion. So what's the deal with the Putin story is that he's thinking long range, and so I should be thinking long range, I guess, about China. So look, these gotta go lengthwise. Let's hope that it still gets far enough in to activate the vacuum. Good thing I cut it to 10 and not 9. That would have been the difference. Let's go. I don't know why that wasn't stopping. Cha-ching. Alright, so I guess that's it, right? 10 inches. So I'm gonna seal up one end. I'll do one more, I'll do another story. If you want to buy a bag, message me, I'll send it to you. Looks like I'm gonna end up with like 5 bags. Maybe more. 6 bags. Dino Trax, put it in your dino trap. Alright. Measure out 10 inches over here, off camera. Okay, then you're gonna cut. This one I'm gonna mix it up. I'm gonna do some edges. So we'll get 3 edges on one side, 4 middle pieces, and then 3 edges on the other side, like this. Actually, yeah, that's fine. This is gonna break up anyway. It's like the healthiest thing you could eat, man. Anything that you think you're getting out of the health food, this has it. And then some. Whoop, messed up. Pulled it too quick. No! Woo woo. A lot of plastic, huh? You can make it, any plastic can be made out of hemp and bamboo and natural fibers. It's just the way it's produced. It doesn't have to be synthetically made out of oil. Alright? Before you get mad at me for not being eco-friendly. Alright, at the end of the show, I'll show you my new song. wwdc 2022 Apple Worldwide Developers Conference. What is WWDC? An information technology conference held annually by Apple. The conference is usually held in the San Jose Convention Center. It's usually used to showcase new software and technologies. Okay, so you want me to... What to expect? iOS 16, Mac 13, and possibly new Macs. iPhone 14 Pro with always-on display. It's starting tomorrow, huh? iPhone 14 always-on display rumors. And here's why I'm worried. Apple could finally introduce a feature Samsung pioneered 6 years ago, and it sounds like overkill. Since rumors about it started last year before the iPhone 13 launch, I frequently remarked on the iPhone's lack of an always-on display. But now the same rumors have swirled up again, leading some to believe that Apple might finally pull the trigger on this long-standing Android feature when the iPhone 14 lands in our hands. If you don't know what I'm talking about, here's the gist. An always-on display is a low-power mode where most of the phone's screen is turned off, except for a few pixels that show things like the time, date, and notifications. Since OLED panels like those found on the iPhone 12 and iPhone 13, and presumably the iPhone 14, can turn individual pixels on and off, AOD barely impacts the battery at all. Apple can take a very long time to adopt things. In fact, Samsung debuted its first always-on display back in 2016, 7 years ago, with the Samsung Galaxy 7, which was why I recommend people who like to live on the edge go for one of the best Android phones. Usually this means that when a feature does hit the iPhone, it's quite polished. This isn't always true, but that's not the point. Rumor has it that iOS 16 will finally shake up the lock screen, possibly adding wallpapers that have widget-like capabilities, according to Bloomberg's Mark Gurman. We've heard that Apple will limit AOD to the iPhone 14 Pro and iPhone 14 Pro Max, with Gurman saying it's because Apple's AOD will work by lowering the display's frame rate, a feature limited to the Pro models. However, iOS 16's lock screen turns out remains to be seen, but if Apple plans to overhaul it, such as by adding widgets or widget-like things, I worry about how the company will address the always-on display. Well, I thought they were talking about how it's always on, you know, how like NASA is listening to your phone. Not NASA, NSA. They're always listening. Your phone, even though when it's off, it's on. That's alright though. I want to be a 24/7 streamer anyway. want to have a 24/7 streamer because I want to be a 24/7 streamer because there's moments during the day when I learn something valuable that I think would be valuable for people to highlight. So with a 24-hour stream, 24/7 stream, you get the ability to get clips and highlights. You don't have to watch the whole thing. And there could be sections of my stream which are like adult, you know what I'm saying? Can have an adult stream and a kid-friendly stream. Alright, I'm actually gonna go, let's see, 4. We're gonna go 4 side panels and 2 center panels. Fresh is best. Okay. Another one. Looks like I got enough for 2 or 3 more bags. Who's the WWE? Oh no, I have no idea what you're saying. Destroy my ingredients? How? What are you even saying? China? China will destroy my ingredients? Nah, China's got a big vegetarian, vegan, and eco-friendly population, bro. Don't believe the hype and don't believe the government propaganda. The Chinese people are hive-minded, that's true, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, Americans are pretty hive-minded. They watch football, basketball. They care about politics and gas prices. But too much fighting. The people in China, they're obedient to the government, and that allows them to do a lot of things that Americans can't do. Like join together behind a cause. Ooh, look at that. I'm definitely going to China, man. I respect Chinese culture. You know, I'm an old Kung Fu guy. I like, what I like about China, and I don't like everything. Like, I don't like how they eat pork. I don't like how they eat a lot of junk, but that could just be American Chinese. The Okinawans are Japanese. They're some of the longest lived people in the world, and they live close to nature. I'm sure there's a Chinese version of that too. Farmers, Chinese farmers living close to the land. I don't think any Chinese people are my enemy. However, I will say this. What I would be wary about in China is this concept. I forgot the name. It's a Chinese name, but basically what it means the translation or the spirit of the concept is that it's understood that in any business deal, everybody you deal with is going to try to fleece you. And if you let them, that's your fault. So every Chinese businessman is going to try to screw you over. They're going to try and steal my recipes. They're going to try and do Master Luki's League of Champions under a different name, steal my idea and leave me out. That would be what I'm worried about in dealing with China. So I'm not going to go there first. You know, I'm going to go through America first. I'm going to establish Master Luki's League of Champions in America first before I go abroad. And that's just, you know, building where I'm at, which makes sense on another level. But, you know, I'm not naive. I may be innocent. I may be untrained in certain things and inexperienced. But I'm not stupid. When I see people take advantage of me, I see it. It's not that I do anything about it, because I'm woofed. I'm woofed, white upper class female. Raised by my mom. I didn't turn out good. You know? I didn't have a father figure teach me about business and sticking up for myself. Stuff like that. So, the rest of these I'm just going to put in the Tupperware. So I get taken advantage of in business. I get bullied in my personal life. In my life. I'll just use it for a baker. Like, for example, you know, I got thrown out of UFC gym because they thought I was training people. My brother was going there with me. I was getting him in with my Ultimate membership several times a week. A lot. He trains, you know, he likes to train. He just does fitness stuff, but he likes it. So when they told me that I couldn't bring multiple people in a day anymore, I got him in my family plan, which was $172 up front, but it was $50 a month extra on top of my bill. So the girl at the front desk, Melissa, she pretended to cancel it because he said he didn't want to do it. He didn't want to be obligated to me. She pretended to cancel it, and the reason I know that is because a month later I got charged for my next month membership. So not only did she not refund me, but she didn't cancel, and she said that she did, so she lied. And so what am I going to do about that? Am I going to go in there and complain? No. I'm not going to go in there and complain. I am going to go in there and make sure that they don't charge me again next month. And I'm going to talk to the manager, Raphael, because he is the one who canceled my membership, and I didn't get charged the month later. I didn't get charged a month later for my membership, so I've since changed my credit card, so they're not going to get me next month, but I want to just go in. What's that sound? Anyway, yeah, I got to take advantage of it, man. Here's another one. I'm working construction, right? He tells me, all right, it's $200 a day. That's what I made. So I made, near Christmas time, saved Christmas. was able to give my sons a good gift. Otherwise, it would have been not a good gift. You know, I wouldn't have been able to afford much at all. So now he calls me in. You know, he needs me again, and this time it's gonna be. I'm taking pictures of the site. So not like labor like we were doing for the last one. I'll just leave these up here for tonight, and then tomorrow I'll put them in the fridge downstairs. I'm not gonna go upstairs tonight. If I don't have to, I'm just uncomfortable. So we got Dino Trax right here. Dino Trax right there. Some more right there, and the sunlight dehydrator, which I won't beg. That's a complete food right there. Complete nutrition. You got everything. Got your fiber, got your calories, got your protein, got your minerals, your vitamins. It's a genius, and it's partially from me, and it's partially from Dr. Joe. So I thank you, David. You are the best ever. Oh, yeah. When you say China is the WWE, Lundos, you meant to say the NWO, didn't you? The New World Order. Yeah. One nation, man. One nation. One master. Pope Francis retirement rumors are an upcoming trip by Pope Francis has the rumors swirling about his future at the Vatican. Yeah, you see this? How he's got a chin hanging down? He's not pious. He doesn't live the life of a monk, which he's supposed to be. He's living high on the hog, might be involved in blood drinking. If he eats meat, he certainly is consuming the blood of animals, and that is going to take away from your spirituality. And I'm just looking here at his lower, underneath his chin here, and in his face, and around his mouth, how it's bulging. You know, I get that too when I eat, bro. You need to do some fasting, man. Get close to God. Pope Francis added fuel to rumors about the future of his pontificate by announcing he would visit the central Italian city of L'Aquila in August for a feast initiated by Pope Celestine V, one of the few pontiffs who resigned before Pope Benedict XVI stepped down in 2013. Okay, so the Pope Celestine V, who was a pope, a monk, there we go. Papacy ended in 1294. Feast day was May 19th. Wow, look at this. This man is mummified? That is freaky. The salvaged remains. Oh, I see. Okay, so this guy who resigned went to visit this guy, at the feast, and then he resigned because he's the first one to resign. Celestine was the only pope in history to voluntarily resign. He became pope at 84 years old after a long and self-punishing career as a hermit. Founded the new branch of the Benedictine order. His papacy lasted just over 5 months and is widely viewed as an utter disaster. He left at 85, the same age as Benedict XVI. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna... Anyway, fuck that. Italian and Catholic media have been rife with unsourced speculation that the 85-year-old Francis might be planning to follow in Benedict's footsteps, given his increased mobility problems that have forced him to use a wheelchair for the last month. Well, he's probably got diabetes. It's a sugaring of the intestine, and the inflammation in that area lowers and cuts off circulation to the legs. Those rumors gained steam last week when Francis announced a consistory to create 21 new cardinals scheduled for August 27. 16 of those cardinals are under age 80 and eligible to vote in a conclave to elect Francis's successor. Once they're added to the ranks of princes of the church, Francis will have stacked the College of Cardinals with 83 of the 132 voting age cardinals. While there is no guarantee how the cardinals might vote, the chances that they will tap a successor who shares Francis's pastoral priorities become ever greater. In announcing the consistory, Francis also announced he would host 2 days of talks the following week to brief the cardinals about his recent apostolic constitution reforming the Vatican bureaucracy. That document, which goes into effect Sunday, allows women to head Vatican offices, imposes term limits on priestly Vatican employees, and positions the Holy See as an institution at the service of local churches rather than vice versa. Wow. It's all financial. Francis was elected Pope in 2013 on a mandate to reform the Roman Curia. Now that the 9-year project has been rolled out and at least partially implemented, Francis's main task as Pope has in some ways been accomplished. Okay, they're talking about this guy. He didn't have the strength of body and mind to carry on the rigors of the papacy. Alright, I'm done. The last thing I'll do, oh, you know what? I can't even play the song because it's on the phone that I'm using to stream. Oh, so that's it, guys. I don't have much insight about this stuff. I should though, right? If I'm gonna do news on it. Anyway, I'm just giving you the news. If you have any questions about anything, go to masterluki.com. Oh God, tomorrow I gotta start doing cold calls to try and sell tickets for this or to try and collect donations for this upcoming event. I gotta do cold calls. I gotta write a business plan for the nonprofit. I gotta train myself. I gotta get fighters. What else? It's a lot. I'm gonna need my sleep. Over.